In a small seaside town in England lived a woman named Grace. She didn't own much, no fancy house, no car, no savings, but she carried something rare, a generous heart and an unshakable smile. Every morning before sunrise, Grace walked to the nearby flower market. She carefully chose fresh daisies, roses, and tulips, then sat near a small chapel to sell her garlands. Passers-by on their way to pray or to work often stopped to buy from her. Though she earned just enough to get by, she never complained. Her laughter and kind words were her true wealth. Then the rainy season arrived. It began with a soft drizzle that soon turned into days of relentless rain. Streets flooded, skies stayed gray, and Grace's flowers wilted before she could sell them. Still, she came to her usual spot each day, her coat soaked, her feet in puddles, her basket filled with soggy blooms. Hardly anyone stopped. People hurried past with umbrellas, too busy escaping the rain to notice her. One morning, exhausted and disheartened, Grace looked down at her ruined flowers. She hadn't sold anything in 3 days. Her back ached, her hands were cold, and her spirit wavered. For a brief moment, tears welled in her eyes. But as she watched people rushing by, frowning and tense, a thought crossed her mind. They need a smile more than I need money today. At first, people stared in surprise. Then someone smiled. Another stopped to take a garland. A little girl giggled and hugged her. A man who had dropped his phone and shouted in anger received a tulip instead. Bad days come and go, Grace told him softly, but we don't have to stay sad with them. From that day onward, Grace began giving away her wilted flowers with kind words and laughter. Soon, people started recognizing her, not for the freshness of her flowers, but for the warmth in her heart. A few days later, when the clouds finally began to clear, a man approached her. He wore a crisp white shirt, carried an umbrella, and had a gentle face. In his hands were a folder and a small key. "Good morning," he greeted. "My name is Daniel. Last week I came here, and you gave me flowers for free. They were wet, but your words stayed with me. You said that even when it rains, we must keep blooming." That day, my world was falling apart. My business was failing, and my father was in the hospital. I had lost all hope, but your kindness reminded me to keep going. Grace listened, wide-eyed. He handed her the folder and key. "I run a flower supply business. I've rented a small shop nearby. It's yours to use. No rent for now. When things improve, you can repay me little by little. Just keep spreading your light." Tears streamed down Grace's face. All the days she had chosen hope over despair, kindness over bitterness, they had come full circle. Soon after, she opened her shop, a small, cozy space with a roof, shelves, and a table. Her flowers stayed fresh, and her customers stayed dry. People came not just to buy garlands, but to feel the peace her smile offered. She even hired 2 women from her neighborhood, teaching them the craft and the joy of honest work. Over time, her shop became famous as the Smiling Flower Shop. Years later, on another rainy morning, Grace saw a young girl standing outside with a basket of drenched flowers and weary eyes. The sight brought back memories. She stepped out, umbrella in hand, and said gently, "Come inside, love. Don't let the rain stop you." "But my flowers are ruined," the girl murmured. "Who would want them?" Grace smiled knowingly. "Then let's give them away. Sometimes a wilted flower can still bring joy to someone who needs it." And so, kindness blossomed again, passed from one soul to another like petals carried by the wind. Life will not always be sunny. Storms will test you. But even in the darkest rain, you can choose your response. Positivity doesn't erase problems. It gives you the courage to rise above them. Keep smiling, keep giving, and remember, when you choose kindness, life has a way of blooming back at you in the most unexpected ways.